jargon. We going strong. We're going to keep that content rolling. Here we go, yet again, man. If you were hiding under a rock, you know the latest news that Lamelo Ball has purchased the Illawarra HAWKS, which was, again, if you're under two rocks, that's the team that he previously played for in Australia. And it just goes into like what I've always been speaking to you brothers about, man. It's just, you can't go with the crowd, man. You can't go off of other people's opinions, especially those who have a consumer mindset. You'll never get anywhere in life listening to somebody who's too scared to ever make a move, but is always critical about what somebody else is doing with their time, their money, and their energy. What does all that allude to? Let's think back, man. Let's go back to about 2 years when, about 2.5 years now, when LeVar took his kids off the beaten path, right? You got Lamelo going overseas to Lithuania, as well as Jello. I don't know why I struggle with Lithuania. It don't flow straight off, man. I gotta work on my rapid Lithuania skills. And then when he's pulled out of high school and all the prognostications, all the people talking they bullshit they usually talk. What was the underlying message of what they were saying? That you ruining your kid's life. You not showing your kid the right way. You showing your kid basically what they really were saying is like, you teaching your kid not to conform. And the simple-minded red-blooded Americans, or no, let's not even limit this to America, but generally speaking, you see most people speaking about it all Americans, so I guess I can keep it there. But what you'll find is they're too scared to do stuff on their own. So all they're doing is projecting their own type of insecurity on their kid. And I talked about this last week, man. Shout out to DJ Ron Cuff for showing me love with the dual cast. Man, we talked for 2 hours straight, man. It was just good, real talk, man. And so that's kind of stuff I'm very much interested in doing. It's just showing people the big picture, man. Stop thinking it's so much inside of a box. Because if you think so much of inside of a box, you'll never grow, man. Well, at least you'll never grow to the level of where your maximum potential is. If you always think these conventions that are already established is the only space you can navigate in. Not true at all. So, again, we talked about Melo not taking the normal path, and we see where he is now. The kid's about to be a top 3 pick in the NBA draft, and not only that, he made this ultimate boss move. If you're looking at it, he purchased the Illawarra HAWKS. Like, what 18-year-old is out there making purchases like that? And that's because that spirit that your dad gave you, man. Like, so, and that's what, again, most of the fruits of your labor don't show itself until later in the maturation process of your kids. So all these people are getting so upset that Lamelo was taking out the conventional high school route. They don't get big picture. They think every convention that is established for you, you just have to go through it. That's the only way you're going to survive in this culture, man. I got so many partners who hustle, who do other avenues, who didn't go the traditional education route. They make a lot more money than me. And I make pretty good money, but they make a lot more money than me. So it just goes to show there's no one way. There's no cookie cutter way to go about it. But what you do is you always put yourself in position to have your own. Always, 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 always. Because your job can be snatched from you like that. I mean, hell, this pandemic done shown us that. And I've been out of work for the last week or so. So for my vocation that I do, I've been furloughed. So basically mean that you unpaid employee, which, you get unemployment, so that's cool. But, it just shows, man, like a job that I'm used to having, making really good money, that is deemed as non-essential. So here I am chilling. So I say all to say this. It's good I have other avenues to make money and I mean, hell, y'all know how it goes, just to deal with your time. Like, one of the hardest things right now is just dealing with all this downtime you have if you're used to having a job. But I don't want to go too far down that. I want to stay on the topic. And so, the ultimate boss move that they just reported out again with LaMelo Ball and his manager, Jermaine Jackson, purchasing the Illawarra HAWKS. And what we kind of saw, what the precursor to that was with here we go again, the Lithuania situation. Is, if you remember, man, for Vyčitis is the name of the team. When they left, like, that team still, their profile was through the roof. Like, their social media following had gone up from like 2,000 or something like that to like 30,000 or something like that. Now y'all can correct me if I'm wrong about the exact numbers, but what you saw was like a lasting effect of, the ball experience. So that's something that your dad imparted. He gave you that opportunity to see that. So now the second time around, when you go to a bigger league, which is the NBL and then the Aussie League, which is going to be a booming, thriving league. Watch it. That Stars, what they call it, the First Stars program, when they bring the kids in just for 1 year, basically, to let them go off to the NBA. You're going to see them rising stars or something like that. You're going to see a lot more kids take their route. And so this is an incredible boss move, jumping on top of that wave, where you basically got control of a whole franchise, the Illawarra HAWKS, to recruit players, to keep that streamline going of popular American players and building their profile up. So, to be honest, I don't know why they sold it to them, man. They should have kept riding that wave, man. That they the most popular team and not even the the best team by the furthest stretch of imagination. They didn't even make the playoffs. So it just shows you the power of like the profile, of the athlete and how that can affect your brand. And so the fact that this young brother here at 18 years old has had the initiative to take ownership, it just begins to show that was imparted upon him at a young age. He's not just worried about. Now, I don't sit here and talk to Lamelo, so I don't know his all inner workings of what he's about. But this is a kid who had a Lamborghini at 16. You know what I mean? I'm 36 years old, still working on that first Lambo. You know what I'm talking about? But not only were you given privilege, because you're a privileged kid if you're able to get that type of, car when you're a teenager. But it just goes to show that he has basically lived a grown man's life in like a two-year span. So now he's thinking more like a grown man and expanding his personal brand, putting his own fingerprint on the future. And so that's something that he can enjoy later in life. Like he can own that team forever. He can own a team forever. Like when he decides to have a kid or what have you, you can pass that down to them. Like Jerry Buss did for Jim Buss and God dog, what's his sister's name? I can't think of her name. I don't know, Dr. Buss's daughter. I can't. Jeannie Buss. There we go. So these are kind of moves that dictate long-term success for you. They dictate generational wealth for you. And so it's just funny again to watch the media hop on these and like kind of, they're real soft on how they tread, of how they, evaluate the Ball family from this way forward. And because it takes a long time for a lot of people who are consumers to read the tea leaves and kind of see where the motion is going. But now they know. They know that you got Lonzo playing his best season. You got Lamelo, LiAngelo, the middle kid who people wrote off. He's on a G League team now. So you can't say that he wasted his career or what have you. They're cats, look the rosters up, who play all 4 years D1 just to go to the D League. So you can't say that you ruined your kid there. Thirdly, you got Lamelo, who's obviously going to be the best, who's going to be a top pick in the NBA draft. And now he's showing that entrepreneur bug that his father started for them is starting to permeate here. And if you've been watching the family and watching the show, you know that Lamelo is going to be the most apt to take all those things in. He's the one with the personality. You look at Zoe, he doesn't really have much to say of it. Same with Jello. And Lamelo can be like that at times, but then he's real on that turn-up kick too, though, man. He's a wild boy, man. So, hold on, let me pause for the cause. Y'all know this is a adult channel right here. Gotta get some Glenn Levitt in me real quick. But as you can see, man, it's funny how that climate has changed, man, and the way they report it. And I'm looking at the article now as I'm speaking, and it's no way to attack it now. And it's kind of good to see, because if you saw, again, 2 years ago, you saw this formulating, you saw the things in motion, the things that you were implanting in your kids. You can see those kids going to be successful, even if basketball doesn't fully work out. And that's the ultimate goal, y'all. Like, if you're given this great gift by God, that you have this great athletic talent, that you have the ability to, win the genetic lottery. Like a person like me, I'm 6'7", so I won the genetic lottery in that space. So they put me in position to get a Division I scholarship, play pro ball or whatever. Now it takes it to that next level that I was never given that entrepreneurial spirit. I had to learn that on the fly. And I learned that at about 23, 24 years old. if you're giving those gifts and that talent, when you're cultivating, your kids, and you give them that ability, you give them that spirit at 12, 13 years old, come on, man, that is priceless things that you are imparting onto your kids. And just imagine when that kid grows up to 18, 19, 20, just he's got so much game at a young age, and it's stewed and it's grown and it's turned into like his own understanding of how to manifest it himself. And then when it's time for him to move out on his own, he has a hustle, he has a skill set that is not dependent upon anybody. So just imagine if Lamelo wasn't that good at basketball. If he wasn't that good at basketball, would he have opportunity to buy the Illawarra HAWKS? No. But would he still would have that mindset of starting his own? And that's kind of the point I want to impart upon you brothers who watch this channel, is that you can give your kids that spirit, and they'll find a way to work it out on their own. If they have, gifts from the Most High to have, the premium skill of discernment, the premium skill of galvanizing others, the premium skill set of just getting people to buy into what they're saying. If you give them that game of how to structure and how to monetize that, you are giving them a tremendous gift, man, that is going to only get better for them, man. And what you find is, and I kind of led in with this, that a lot of people aren't given that game. So they're just guessing. They're guessing, and then they're speaking from a trepidation standpoint, because they have no working knowledge of how it is to put your own idea out there, to put your own words out there, and to have that, mature into something fruitful. And you see what thing with Lamelo, man, like, again, what 18-year-old athlete? Now, there are plenty of kids who have entrepreneurial endeavors, as we've seen, and that's a beautiful thing. But what you don't see is the athletes, because athletes are I say we because I'm, again, being a former athlete, but we are the poster child of being told what to do, going through this conventional road, and just, we don't really come into our own till about 25 is when you start figuring like, okay, I can probably do something else than come in. You're on autopilot at that point. Basketball is easy. Like you are a bona fide pro. Like around 23, 25 is when you're at your athletic peak. So at that point, you can like, okay, I can do this shit in my sleep. So what else can I do with my time? And then at 25, that's tough of just getting started, because you're behind the 8 ball of people who've been groomed from birth about how to have their own, how to establish their own, how to thrive and survive in any climate and make a commodity that people will want to buy from you. And so, I mean, again, I'm just so impressed that at this young age, he has that understanding and he wants to build and grow on that, man. And so I just think that's something to be commended. And I think that's to you brothers out there who, you may not be the biggest fan of the Ball family. And I'm not, I hate to throw around the word hater. Everybody, it's like the most generic thing, the most irrelevant people think, hating is, they think they have haters or whatever. So, I mean, I don't want to necessarily use that word, but if you're not the biggest fan, just kind of peep game of the big picture. The big picture is you putting your kids in position to be able to provide on their own, thrive on their own, and pass it down to their offspring. That's how these big families who have money forever, that's how they do. They groom their kids to move that on. They know you only have about 60 to 80 years, if you're lucky, on this planet. So you have to push your hustle down. You don't push your own. A lot of us got this thing that we just gonna self, from our own merit, we just gonna strong arm everything down, and it's just magically gonna happen, and our offspring gonna get it. Like, no, you gotta push ideas down. You push the spirit down to your kids, and it's gonna permeate and keep growing and growing and growing and growing. And so I just commend, as much as, Lamelo, he deserved all the shine on this. Lamelo was given that type of mentality by his father, man. His father put that in him, like, in his own crazy way. I get it, man. LeVar is a walking headline. You gotta understand that behind the scenes, though, if he's establishing all these businesses and all these endeavors, he's definitely at home telling his kids how to do that stuff themselves. And I'm sure they struggle with, again, the counterbalance of what society says is what you should be doing, and what society says what a good parent is, and what society says what a smart move is. Because again, these people don't know shit. They just talking shit. So you gotta be able to shift through the bullshit, understand what's real and what ain't, and understand that most of them, these same people who are talking down on everything you got going, is the same people that won't spend a lick of time perfecting their craft. even in a pandemic like this, even in a situation where you can sit down at home and you ain't got nothing but time to work on your personal craft. You got nothing but time but to sit down and work on your personal brand. And these same people are on Snapchat, they on Instagram, they on Facebook all day giving somebody else's idea all their time, energy, and effort. So it goes to show, a lot of people say, oh, well, I ain't really got time to do that. Yeah, now you got plenty of time and you still won't do it. And the reason why you won't do it because that was never embedded in you. That spirit was never given to you. And even when you saw it, you rejected it because you saw inside yourself that you really don't have the passion. You don't really have the wherewithal to do so yourself. So I would say in times like this, let's reflect. Let's take example from a brother 18 years old making a boss move like this, man. So it's a great thing. So, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. So I want to keep this one brief, but I just want to just give, Lamelo Ball, all the praise for stepping out and putting his money where his mouth is and getting something on his own that he can own, he can cultivate himself and turn into this entity that's going to pay back in tenfold, if not more. So that's all I got for today. I know I'm dressed like old buddy from, what's that movie, Boys in the Hood? That Ray John Rondo looking dude that shot Ricky. The dude with the gun. This was no accident having it like this. And I looked out like that dude from Friday. I mean, not Friday, from Boys in the Hood. So, but yeah, man. So, man, thank y'all, man. Like, subscribe, share. I want to keep this content rolling. I want to just keep this channel to continue going. Again, I got more dope interviews on the way. A lot of my coaching friends, they are off work right now, so they got hella time. I just got to match up with their family time and all that. But, man, it's more stuff rolling, man. And shout out for Kendra Perkins giving Hoop Jargon that shout out. Shout out to DJ Ron Cup for showing so much love. Shout out to all my new followers, man. I see y'all in comments, and I try to comment immediately when I see them, man. I want to be all the way, not transactional. I want to be interactive with you, man. Even if you don't agree with me, you don't have to, man. I'm not one. This is not a fanboy channel. Don't come here with that bullshit. Don't come here with that, you hating, you trying to. I'm not here for that, man. I'm not here for that. I'll still address you. Don't get me wrong. I don't. I'm not sensitive, man. I don't worry about people not agreeing with what I gotta say. But you're gonna have to come with some damn sense if you don't come talking, man. And shout out again to all y'all who've been showing support to that video I made 2 weeks ago about Dwayne Wade and the son. I think it's about 3,500 views on it. So I want to get all my videos there, man. I know I'm just starting. I'm only a month in, but I want to keep it rolling, man. So share this video, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell every time you see me put something up. Tune in, man, and just tell me what you think, man. So till next time, till the next piece of information comes by, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.